I would like to talk about another miracle in our body. I would like to talk about the adrenaline hormone, which is used during our daily lives, but we are not aware of its functioning really. When we encounter anything alarming, any danger, in order for our body to keep its functions, adrenaline is very beneficial. For instance, while we are just driving a car, when a cat just appears before the car, we just try to brake, and we need to make a very urgent maneuver, and all that movements carried out by our own muscles is instigated by the adrenaline hormone, because by means of that hormone we have an opening in our consciousness. We can carry out urgent movements, the skeleton and the muscles are contracted more strongly, and the glucose level in the blood increases, so this way there is more energy used by our own system. And that adrenaline is secreted just over the kidneys. And there is definitely a laboratory there that exists on the laboratories, and they function by the will of Allah. And in a very short periods of time, they carry out complex chemical processes. They exist only in minor amount in the blood, but that minor secretion is only adequate for us to have that alarming movements. And information is just received over the glands that exist on the kidneys, and at that instant adrenaline hormone is secreted by means of those glands, and the adrenaline molecules start traveling inside the blood, and in all the capillaries adrenaline carries out the right processes. It decides which organ will be requiring what. So there are different cells that just cover the capillaries. They are always obedient to the message carried by the adrenaline molecule. They realize that adrenaline comes, so they need to just widen the capillaries, they need to widen their gates so that the adrenaline hormone enters very easily. And adrenaline decides that first the heart, the brain and the muscles should be functioning more strongly. So what happens is the capillaries, the veins are opened so that there will be an easier way of blood flowing into those organs. And for the other capillaries, they are contracted so that blood will not be lost by traveling to those organs that will not be a part of that urgent process. And surely Allah creates this blessing and miracle for people, because there is less blood flowing to the skin. This way, if there is any injury in our bodies, then that would mean a less blood loss. That would be stopping blood to be lost, not a great extent. So there's never a mistake. Always the adrenaline hormone gives the right message, and always the right capillaries are opened, the right capillaries are contracted, so there is never any mistake. And adrenaline molecule knows how to carry out its effort in great perfection, and there are hundreds of capillaries and there are meters of capillaries throughout our body, so these are all carried out in great perfection. And when adrenaline is received by the heart, heart starts beating faster. And also there is a requirement for strength to be provided for the muscles. So this is realized by means of the blood flow that enters the blood, and also adrenaline provides that muscles are contracted with much more strength. And also liver receives this order from the adrenaline hormone, so it releases glucose. And glucose, which had been stored before, it is released into the blood veins, and this way, by means of that adrenaline, maybe if we are excited even an instant, Allah commands and creates this amazing mechanism so that we can just pass through those events with no error.